Hey Spirit, what do you have for Aquarius for May 2019? Let's see what we got here. May 2019, Aquarius Spirit, Aquarius. Your focus for May of 2019 is going to be on your career, creative paths, and professional path. So that's what we're going to be reading. Let's see what we got. That went up a little too far. Wow, y'all are getting a lot of cards. Okay. We got here. First we have the Seven of Pentacles.
Here we have the Seven of Pentacles by Jessica Perner. Bedecked in jewels, a woman surveys her riches, pausing to glance behind her at all that she has achieved. She takes the opportunity of a little quiet time to consider how she is to proceed before she reaches the sea ahead. You've put a lot of effort in so far. Now it's time to take a pause and evaluate. Work out what's working for you and what needs to be changed. It's essential to make sure that you're still on the right path to achieve your ultimate goals rather than wasting your time. You need to work smart as well as working hard.
The Empress.
Lung Mo was born in 290 BC in China near the Zai River. One day she found a smooth white stone. It was a dragon egg from which 5 dragons hatched. She loved her hatchlings, nurturing them until they grew into large dragons who all loved her in return. They helped her and her people by hunting fish and creating rain to end a drought. Over time, stories of Lung Mo and her dragons reached the ears of the emperor, who summoned her to court. But by then Lung Mo was old and frail. The dragons knew the journey would kill her, and so they kept her in the village, protecting her until her death. Now, as we see here in the Empress card by Raven Phelan, Lung Mo sits surrounded by her beloved dragons, tending to a magical egg. She has raised these elemental creatures, giving them the best while she made do. But now they surrounded her, protecting her as she rests. Embrace your nurturing instincts and take care of yourself and others. Spend some time doing what you love today and let it recharge you. Reconnect with nature. Take a long walk with loved ones, sharing your joy. Indulge yourself and treat those you love just because. Let go if only a little. Your energies are spent on others before yourself. It's time for self-care. Let everyone take care of themselves and take some me time. Indulge yourself. Find a way to spoil yourself and enjoy some of the finer things in life.
Temperance.
In Greek mythology, centaurs were often portrayed as monstrous creatures, giving in to their bestial sides. But there were some who were able to rise above their primal instincts, able to interact with and nurture humans and other centaurs. The winged centaur is suggestive of her angelic higher nature, her ability to calmly face any hostility or conflict that comes her way. Here we have Temperance by Simona Candini. Gently, carefully, a winged centaurette captures the essence of the rainbow, balancing emotions perfectly while keeping the differences between the colors. She pours it between 2 goblets, all the while mindful of the gentle sky creatures around her. This is a time for moderation and control, for appreciating the differences between those around you, and for finding common ground despite, even because of them. Try to be respectful and diplomatic in all of your interactions, ensuing that you hear and truly listen to both sides of any argument before making any choices. You don't need to make a splash or alienate people just to prove yourself right. Try harmony instead.
Knight of Swords.
The Beast of Gavadon was a legendary wolf-like creature who reportedly terrorized the Gavadian region of France in the 1700s. Hundreds of people were attacked, over 100 died in a spate of killings that lasted 3 or so years. Whether this creature is simply a wolf or something more fantastical has never been determined. But the single-minded dedication of those who tried to hunt it made it an interesting concept for the Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords is by Rydia Levesque Martinet. Instead of hunting and killing the Beast of Gavadian, one French soldier has decided to dominate it, proving his will over that of the creature by riding it into battle. You're full of energy and inspiration. You know how to get what you want, and you're on your way to achieving it. You're determined and confident, knowing that your motives are beyond reproach, your actions assured. But in your logical, detached approach, do you seem a bit arrogant and hasty? Take a moment to think about the consequences. The Knight of Swords can predict a person in your life who is highly logical but lacks compassion and understanding. They don't mean to, but sometimes they come across as superior, even smug.
Queen of Cups.
Velamo is named for the motion of water, like waves on the sea. She is a goddess within Finnish mythology, patron to fishermen, because she controls both the sea and storms, the manner of their livelihood. She and her husband, Adi, were said to live in an underwater court, and everything that was below the water was within their kingdom. Her secure emotional state, plus her association with water, means that she is the ideal Queen of Cups. This card is drawn by Leah Barozzi. Velamo sits in her underwater grotto, the sea life forming her throne, her decoration, even her outfit. In her hand she holds aloft a seashell, her own mini ocean, as she decides what she will do with the sea today. It is enough to listen to your emotions, to let them educate and inform you. You do not need to be ruled by them. In your daily life, show compassion, understanding that everyone is dealing with their own challenges and trials, and that you can either add to them or help. Appreciate every moment with people who matter, listening and supporting those you love, nurturing those. The Queen of Cups can signify a sensitive figure in your life, that person who walks into a room and can be the soothing waters in a fraught situation. Always calm and unflappable, they forgive and accept everyone.
The Lovers.
Aphrodite is the goddess of love, passion, and pleasure in ancient Greek mythology. She was a flighty character prone to procrastination and infidelity, but she was also renowned for creating something beautiful out of the ordinary through the power of love. By contrast, Athena is the goddess of wisdom, war, courage, and civilization, known to be a ruthless warrior when needed. But for all her logic and strategic ability, she was also compassionate, a goddess of inspiration, the arts and crafts. There are obvious differences between these goddesses, but also areas of similarity between them in terms of passion and remaining true to themselves. Here we have The Lovers by Jessica Douglas. Athena looks on fondly at Aphrodite as she lounges. They are a pair of opposites, one carefree and untamed, one organized and restrained. But they work well together. Above them, golden apples, signs of discord, linger, but they are content. Being true to yourself is essential in any relationship, be it with a lover, a friend, or yourself. It's something you learn through a balance of emotion and wisdom. Take the risk of caring for another, but do not lose yourself. Make sure you have and keep freedom to make decisions you can live with. You always have a choice, so don't bow to external pressures.
Ten of Swords.
In Celtic mythology, Nuada was the Irish war god, king of the Tuatha De Danann, who led his people to fight against the Firbolg at the Battle of Mag Tuired. During the battle, he fought the champion of the Firbolg, and his arm was severed, ending not only his participation, but also his time as king, but only for a while. The laws were that kings could not be blemished, and the god Dion constructed a silver arm for Nuada, permitting him to be the king again. Here we have the Ten of Swords by Stefania Russo. Nuada, king of the Tuatha De Danann, has lost it all. During a battle, his arm has been cut, practically severed, and will soon fall. This was not a mortal wound, but it did enough harm, robbing him of his ability to rule. The sun rises behind him, bringing light, hope that he is as yet unaware of. It's been tough, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it does. You're at the point where it seems as though there's no end in sight, and if you let yourself start crying, you're not sure whether you'll be able to stop. But remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. There is hope. This will pass. The sun will rise tomorrow, making everything brighter.
Five of Cups.
The term gargoyle originates from the French legend of La Gargoyle, a grotesque dragon who terrorized Rouen. They are carved into the architecture for the practical purpose of draining water away, but also serve to scare the local peasants into the sanctuary of the church as they showed the evil living outside. Here we have the Five of Cups by Rebecca Zenz. A gargoyle sits, contemplating her inner turmoil in familiar surroundings as the world goes by. She is broken and distraught, unable to face the world, and unable to drag herself to the safety of her castle. Loss and regret have hit you hard. You need time to heal before you can move on. Let the tears flow for now, knowing happiness and joy will return to your life in time. You may not see it now, but when you're ready, you will. In the meantime, take care of yourself and look for small joys when possible.
Ace of Wands.
A Nekomata is a Japanese yokai, a spirit or supernatural creature, sometimes even a demon or monster that previously lived a life. In this case, as a cat. They are devious, sometimes selfish and single-minded, and generally have a purpose. A Nekomata, for instance, may have changed into one to curse a human that mistreated it. They can be shapeshifters, can walk on two legs, and often have humanoid traits. They can also summon fireballs and sometimes set fires using their tails as a torch. Here we have the Ace of Wands by Carrie Hawkes. This scheming Nekomata is off to cause havoc with his fireball and fiery tail. He is driven by his desires, determined, and no one will stand in his way. Be bold. You have the seed of an idea. Now you need to let it grow. Inspiration is burning a hole in your soul, begging, pleading, and demanding that you act on it. You could create something magnificent, something that sets the world on fire. Be daring, act now, shoot past all the limits you set yourself, and let your confidence shine.
And Justice.
Ma'at is the goddess of justice, truth, and balance of the Egyptian pantheon, and she was the personification of these concepts. Her role within the gods was to keep order in the world, to keep the stars moving, the wheel of the year spinning, and to prevent chaos from claiming the world. She also dealt with the weighing of souls as they entered the underworld, as each heart was weighed against a feather. Here we have Justice by Enamorte. Ma'at carefully considers the scales before her. A soul has to be pure to enter the fields of Aura, and so each person's heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at, goddess of justice. If the soul is pure enough, the heart will be equal to or lighter than the feather. What goes around comes around. The consequences of your actions will keep making themselves known. Build a commitment within your life to being fair and honest with those around you, understanding that we are all connected and that how you act may cause far-reaching results. Don't consider the rewards, but do it because it's right, knowing that the universe will give you your due in time. Be aware that past misdeeds may come and bite you in the butt. I feel like for the month of May, with it being in the context of a career, creative projects, and a professional path, right out of the door, I feel like there are single mothers that are listening that need this message, who are trying to take care of their children and would do anything for them. I feel that also there are people looking for work and you're going to run into some really ugly people. But I want you to remember there are compassionate people out there too, people who will work with you. And you're going to feel like at times when you're out there, you're hitting that pavement, looking for these jobs, looking to fund your business. It's going to feel like you hit a wall. And like they were saying in the Ten of Swords, things just can't get any worse. And things will get worse. But it's always darkest right before the dawn. Remember that. So don't give up. Keep going. Find your fire. Find that spark, that drive. Find the reason that's really behind your want or your need to make more money, to find a new job, to find funding for your business, to start a new business. Remember why you're doing it and get out there and kick some ass. Don't be ugly about it. As they show in the Justice card, don't be ugly about it. You have to do things the right way. Be honest. You might run into some blocks because of some things that happened in your past. Don't worry about that stuff. Keep moving forward and keep doing things the right way for the right reason. Be an honest, caring, and sincere person, and you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. You can do this. I have faith in you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close it up now. I hope that message resonated with you and helps you during the month of May. Many, many, many blessings to you. I hope you have a very, very wonderful month.